This YCN segment is brought to you by Bubba's Bar and Grill on Lake Sunapee in Newberry Harbor.
The Laconia Sachems were the last team to hand Hopkinton a loss back in the 2016 state semifinals. Since then, the Hawks have rattled off 33 straight wins while winning last year's Division III title. Hopkinton hoped to make it 34 straight against Laconia while also winning their second consecutive championship. The game began in Laconia's favor after junior Jacob Steele forced a turnover and scored less than 2 minutes in. This small lead stood for the Sachems over the next 5 minutes. But once junior Corey Brolt scored for the Hawks after solid passing, the floodgates opened. The rest of the first quarter featured goals from senior Jake Tomlinson and juniors Paul Molnar, Pete Sintros, and another from Brolt. After 12 minutes, the Hawks were up 5-1. Laconia's Steele cut into the lead with a goal to begin the second quarter after making a nice move around the back of the Hawks' net. The Sachems then controlled play for the majority of the quarter, but Hopkinton's strong defense led by senior Jerry Donahue and junior Kiernan Byrne managed to halt any real threat from Laconia's goal scorers. Hawks senior goalie Alex Rousseau also played outstanding in net. Byrne at one point was forced to leave the game with a wrist injury, but Hopkinton's depth was put on full display as juniors Thayer Mon, Carter Haley, and Ryan Hughes all stepped up to fill the void. Just before the end of the first half, Hopkinton's junior Joe Sawitsky gobbled up a rebound and scored. And star sophomore Colby Quiet put in his first of the game unassisted, as at the break, the Hawks were up 7-3. Hawks senior Tomlinson began the second half with an unassisted goal to put his team up by 5. And soon Colby Quiet added his second and third goals of the game. Laconia's senior Riley Roy managed to score his team's fourth just before the end of the third quarter off an assist from Steele. But heading into the final 12 minutes of the season, Hopkinton was up 11-4. Tomlinson and Quiet both added another goal to begin the fourth, which essentially iced the game, as the Hawks were up by 9. Laconia's Steele and Roy both added to the stat sheet just before the game was over. But by the final whistle, the Hopkinton Hawks had successfully defended their title with a 13-6 final score over Laconia. Hawks sophomore Colby Quiet led the way offensively with 4 goals and 2 assists, while senior teammate Jake Tomlinson added 3 goals and 2 assists. In net, Hawks senior goalie Alex Rousseau finished with 8 big saves. After the game, we spoke with Hopkinton's head coach Deacon Blue to get his take on the game and on how it feels to win another championship.
We had seen them before in the regular season, so we knew a bit of what to expect, but I know Coach Perano is a great coach and that he would change some things up on us to adjust for us. So we had to go in with an open mind and be ready to adapt to whatever they were doing. I think the guys did a great job executing our game plan, playing smart, tough lacrosse, and that's just what they did. You know, Jerry Donahue on defense, just a beast, stopping them, taking the ball away, pushing it in transition. Alex Rousseau is an absolute brick wall. He's stopping really hard shots from some of their best players throughout the game. Colby Quiet was beasting it on midfield there, pushing transition. He kept his head up and found his teammates, which is something we've been working on a lot. So he did a great job there. Jake Tomlinson, great senior leader for us, really passionate guy, gets right into it and really pulled his guys up when things weren't looking so bright. Maybe in that first quarter kept us going. Well, it's tough to say you'll ever have an undefeated season, you know, and to do 2 in a row is unbelievable. Yeah, certainly after last year, we lost a lot of talent and people were wondering how we would do. But I knew we had a strong core coming back and that they would work hard in the off-season. I told them this at the end of last year, you know, I want to do it again. It's up to you guys to work hard in the off-season to accomplish that goal. they heeded the call. Future looks bright. I mean, got a really strong junior class, some solid freshmen coming up, a few sophomores in the mix for sure. We'll see who we get for freshmen, but Hopkinton's really developed as a lacrosse program over the years, and the youth program's doing really well. A lot of people really into it, great supporters within the community, great fans, so I think we're just going to keep rolling, keep winning.
Hopkinton finishes the season undefeated once again with an overall record of 17-0, while Laconia finishes at 15-2. The Sachems had a remarkable year, only suffering 2 losses to the undefeated champs. Both teams will be hit hard by graduation, but the Hawks and Sachems have solid programs that should continue to produce high-quality lacrosse teams for years to come.